How's it going, Dave from Comic Book Investments? So in this video, we're going to look at 5 keys that are dropping in price, meaning they are going down from their peaks that they used to be, and they're trending in a downward direction. Maybe this could be the bottom, so maybe it's a good time to pick them up, or maybe they'll continue to drop and maybe you should wait before you pick them up. We'll analyze each one of these books. And also at the very end, I like to do an update on one that was previously dropping, trending down, and see maybe it's bottomed out, maybe not. We'll see. Maybe it's turned the corner. All right, let's look at the first one. First one, we got Walking Dead number 3. A 9.4 is down 31% from 360 to 250. A 9.6 is down 53% from 475 to 225. And a 9.8 is down 50% from 800 back in March to 396. You can look at the graph, and it's just kind of all over the place with this one. You know, Walking Dead, the TV series, was such a huge hit, and now it's just kind of fading away more so and more so. Actually, the 9.8 actually had a peak higher than this. It had a record price back in 2013. Instead of $800 that it had in March, it was like, I think, $850 or $900 in 2013, but I thought that was so long ago. It was nearly a decade ago. I was like, that's kind of not relevant as much anymore. But that kind of gives you an overarching theme of what's going on here is they peaked way back in the day and they're steadily going down, down, down. Now, that's not the case with every Walking Dead issue. Obviously, number 1 is still holding strong. But all the other ones, it's just, Walking Dead is kind of losing its hype. But we did have some other records that were broken in other levels, like the 9.6s broke back in November, so not too long ago, 475. But as you can see, that it's just kind of trending down. The overarching theme is it's trending down because the hype is kind of gone. The TV show's kind of done, all that stuff. Next, we got Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel number 1. A 9.2 is down 56% from a high back in April of $900, now selling for $400. A 9.4 in November had a high of $800, now selling for $570. It's down 29%. And a 9.6 is down 45% from $1,643 to now currently selling for $900. You can look at the graph and kind of see that's like, slowly trending down. Now, a 9.8 is kind of a different story, because some of the times in these newer books, it's better just to have the best that you can get. Now, obviously, there's no 9.9s out there, but a 9.8 is kind of like what people want. So that one actually held stronger than the 9.6, 9.4, 9.2, 9.0, and so on. All the other ones are dropping by nearly 50%, if not more than 50%. But the 9.8 is actually kind of just holding in a little stronger. This was due to the hype that they thought that this character was going to be in some, I don't know which one it was. It's this. I mean, maybe it was like WandaVision. I feel like all the speculation was in WandaVision or something. Who knows? I can't remember. But there's always spec news. This is a low print run comic book, so that kind of helps it. So it's not a high print run. Could we see this character? I don't know. He's kind of pretty obscure character. So you have to think of it from Marvel's point of view, Disney. Yes, you could take an obscure character, but why not take one of the multitude of characters that have way more appeal than this character? Remains to be seen what will happen. But for now, it's dropping, except the 9.8 is kind of holding a little bit better, not dropping as bad. Next, we got The Predator number 1. A 9.4 is down 61% from $256 to $100. A 9.6 is down 65% from $506 to $175. And a 9.8 is only down 22% from $1025 back in October to now currently selling for $800. Got a boost from the comic boom. Also, it got a little bit of boost because there was news coming out that they're going to do another Predator movie. They're always doing a Predator movie, it seems like. I feel like the first one was such a massive hit and people loved it so much, and it's a cult classic, along with being a financial success at the box office, that everyone's trying to re-get that magic. And they've come out with some Predator stuff, and it's done okay, but nothing's been that amazing. I've seen every single one. The first one is still by far the best, by far. The other one's just, what the 80s one got, it was right place, right time for that 80s cheesy action to not be cheesy. Because in order to be cheesy, it has to be done so many times where you roll your eyes, the one-liners and all that kind of stuff. So in the 80s, it wasn't cheesy when it was coming out. It's kind of like the lyrics, like a moth to the flame type of lyrics that used in 80s like songs. I think REO Speedwagon sang one of those, just those lovey-dovey songs. It's cheesy now because it's been done so many times. But back in the 80s, it wasn't cheesy. So I think they think that it's like the new movies, they think it has to be like this cheesy stuff. And so they put it in there, and it's just like you roll your eyes when you watch it, and it's just like, ugh. And the plots are always paper thin. And then, I don't know. They can't seem to get it right. So they're always trying to reboot it, redo it, always, always, always. And that's why this kind of like went up, because they thought it would come back again. Who knows if it will? I'm sure someone will come along and be like, oh, I love the 80s one. I'm going to make it just like that again. And it'll fail again financially. Amazing Spider-Man $299. This is the cameo appearance of Venom. 9.4 is down 61% from $400 to $155. A 9.6 down 64% from $773 to $275. Wow, that's a lot. And then a 9.8 is down 53% from $1,520 in a high back in March to now selling for only $711. Look at the graph. You can see it's just kind of going down, 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 down. Why is this dropping? Well, the Venom movie came and went, Venom 2, and so, you got your Carnage books, your Venom books, all that stuff dropping. Even Spider-Man 300, the first full appearance of Venom. This was just a cameo appearance before his full appearance in 300. That, that's also dropping. Not as bad, though. Like, there's a certain level that the top tier books, like the Venom 300, compared to his second appearance, or, his, like, 316 would be his second appearance, or his cameo appearances. Those are going to get hit harder, because they go up by a lot and then they drop, percentage wise. If you have a book that's $200 and jumps up to $400, that doubled, but it only went up $200. If you had a $1,000 book that went up to $1,200, that's still $200, but only 20%. So that's why these books get hit especially hard. Is this book at the bottom? I don't think so. I think it's going to drop a little more. Spider-Man 300, I think it's nearing the bottom. I think it's in this shaky, where it's like going to be like this for a while, just kind of flat line, but up and down, up and down. But I think this one still, you can wait a little bit before you want to, if you're looking to pick it up, wait a little bit. Next, we got Donatello number 1. A 9.4 is down 43% from $122 to $70. A 9.6 down 47% from $163 to $86. And a 9.8 peaked back in January for $720. Now currently selling for $236. That's down 67%. And yeah, that book is just dropping. The Turtles got a pre-comic book boom. It was kind of like the nostalgia boom that kind of started this all. And that really happened around end of the winter of 2020 to going up until early spring of 2021. And then in the comic boom where everything else got hit. But these nostalgia books like the Turtles got hit, got a huge boom then. There's the Turtles movie that's around the corner, probably coming out in a year or two. I would imagine that should see a spike for these books. And, this is an older Turtle book. I think it's from 86 or 88. So I wouldn't imagine that this book is going to sit too much lower than this. But you want to try to get a 9.8 if you can. All right, last book on the list is an update, like I like to do. See if it's moved at all, or if it's still dropping, maybe going up. Before I show you the last one, if you haven't subscribed already and you want to, please do. Thank you. All right, we got Wolverine number 1. This is the regular ongoing series. A 9.4 is up 11% from its average back in February to its current average from 148 to 164. A 9.6 is up 5% from an average back in February of 211, now currently averaging 222. But a 9.8 is down less than 1%, like a fraction of a percent. In average, back in February, it averaged for $4.97. Now it currently averages $4.96, so down just $1 on average. This might be the bottom of this book, and I actually have seen movements on other Wolverine-related titles, like Hulk 181. That is coming back. That we just had a record price, I believe, on Heritage for $97,000 or $98,000 for a 9.8. Almost $100,000 for a 9.8, just a regular 9.8. Nothing unique about it. No like signature, no like double cover, no misprint, nothing. Just a regular 9.8 Hulk 181 selling for almost nearly $100,000. So definitely, I've always put Hulk 181 on my spec list pretty much all the time. I'm telling people buy as much as you can. Always buy this book. And so I feel like these Wolverine books, once the Hulk 181 starts going up again and people can't afford it, they're going to look for the second, third, fourth tier. This will probably be in like a third or fourth tier for Wolverine. You got 180 would be the second tier. Then you got, the limited series. This kind of falls in the same spot as the limited series or a Hulk 340. So it's around the third, fourth tier. All right, that is it. I hope you like this stuff. Have a great weekend.